What's going on, everybody? This is the third and final segment for the week on Lumberjack Landlord with our buddy Mike Zuber. How's it going, Mike?
It's going great, man. It's been fun. Dude, I look forward to these conversations every week.
These are good. I tell you, this is like going to save me like a fortune in therapy. This is perfect.
Get off my chest.
Yeah. And they'll be like, where did you feel like you went wrong 7 years ago? Well, I started my own channel on YouTube and hung out with my buddy Mike a lot. And like then things went sideways from there. But yeah, anyway, I don't like horrible and horizontal stripes. But the thing that we wanted to talk about with this one is the time is now. People need to be doing this stuff now. So they came out with all the different numbers that we had today on Friday, and like I said, I know that you jump into those reports. Let's kind of start there because I think that people aren't paying attention. The lazy approach is listening to these talking heads on TV that cover real estate for 7 minutes every third day and have no clue what's going on. They're not investors. They don't know markets. They don't know trends. They have no idea. And even largely, a lot of these talking heads that are quote unquote real estate reporters, they're localized. And the stuff that they're sharing nationally, quite frankly, might not make any impact whatsoever on your localized market. So talk about the numbers that jumped out to you this morning on that on the PCE data.
Yeah, so the PCE came out. What is PCA? Personal consumption expenditures. It is important because it is the most important inflation metric for our Federal Reserve. It's what Jerome Powell looks at. That gives him a more balanced approach on what is going on in our economy, which is odd because just 2 weeks ago, we came out with the CPI, which stands for Consumer Price Index, not to be outdone by PPI, which is Producer Price Index. CPI was 6.2, I think. CPI was 4.2, PPI was 6.1. And now PCE, just to keep throwing acronyms at you, is 3.1.
Yeah.
All of this,
a lot.
a lot, just so you're all clear. 3 is more than 2, right? Yes. The Fed always is looking for 2. So 3 is more than that. Then you have Janet Yellen coming out saying, you know what? I think inflation might be hot all year. And oh, by the way,
but it's transitory, Mike.
Yeah, see, I'm not a smart guy. I don't have a big ass vocabulary like you. You drop these words that I've never heard of sometimes that I have to look at. It's kind of amazing for a 9th grade dropout, but hey, it is what it is. I just don't have it.
Yeah.
And I need somebody to define transitory for me because I don't think 7 months is transitory, but
that would not be the example used in the dictionary. No,
I wouldn't think so. Right. And what happens with inflation is it gets kind of sticky, right? So those people that selling stuff kind of get used to those prices. And oh, by the way, the consumers buying them get kind of used to buying them. And I don't know.
goes up a lot faster than it comes down, right, Mike? And that's always the issue.
Yeah, the issue, right? Price elasticity is what they called it in economic speak. It's like the one word I know. So this is a problem. But more importantly, when you take that, which is kind of what consumers are spending, grocery store, gas station, Home Depot, Lowe's, all of that, then you go back to what my channel is all about, one rental at a time, single family homes. We got a number yesterday that's frankly, I think, confusing the talking heads. I believe the talking heads on TV want to say low inventory, high prices. That's what they've been conditioned to say. And frankly, for 12 months, they've been right. Inventory's down, prices are up. Inventory's down, prices are up. Lo and behold, the pending home sales came out yesterday, and the story starts the same way. Prices are up.
Yep.
I don't know, depending on what report. They're double digits. Crazy stuff. And just for the record, that's not a crash of 40%. They're up double digits.
Thanks for clarifying, Mike. I missed
not to digress.
With the 9,000 videos out there, 40%. And every Tuesday we're like, it's not going to be 40%. It's not going to crash.
40%. Yeah. All right. So again, prices are up. Next thing is offers are down.
Yeah.
Pending home sale offers are down 4.4%.
Yep.
Prices are up. But here's the deal. Very end of the report, because I've been calling for 2 million available homes by the end of July.
That's true.
Publicly on many channels.
That's true.
And we had just over 1 million.
Yep.
Well, guess what, folks? In 30 days, we went to 1.156 available homes. We had a 10.7% increase in listings.
That's right.
So I told you what was going to happen. What's happening right now? We're getting more people to list because they're hearing, oh my God, 20 offers, everything's over asking. And they're having conversations at the dinner table saying, hey, honey, this house is kind of small.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, this house is kind of old. Hey, honey, I want to be closer to the golf course or our kids' school or whatever. You know what? Maybe we should list. And oh, by the way, they're like, well, what do we should list for? Well, the last one sold for 300. Well, you know what? Ours is better.
Always.
We should list for 330 or 350.
That's right.
So right now, what is coming out is more inventory, and they are at what I call stupid prices.
Huge. Yep. Huge.
Stupid. Just stupid prices. Now, here's the deal. Sometimes stupid sells.
It does. Well, yeah, because there's dumber money out there than smarter people. Like that's just the way that it goes sometimes. Or it's
because the beauty about real estate.
Yeah.
The one thing about real estate is only one.
That's right.
So you only need one buyer.
That's right.
Maybe you have the house next to the mom's, that they've always wanted to live in, or maybe it's dialed in, or maybe it's the one with the biggest lot. I don't know, but stupid sells sometimes. But here's the deal. Stupid usually doesn't sell. Right. So as the days click by and you do an open house and we don't got an offer yet. What's going on here? It's just broken. You know what? Maybe 350 is wrong, honey. Maybe we need 325. And oh, by the way, when we put this on the market, there was nobody else on the street. And now did you see there's 2 other coming soon signs? That's right. We better get going, and more listings beget more listings. So in essence, the report yesterday should have been a sign. If you are interested in investing or buying your first time home, now's the time to do the work. Inventory is coming. Stuff is sitting. Because how can I say that? 1.15 million is more than a million.
That's right.
Active offers down 4%, which means mathematically stuff is starting to age.
Yep.
And when stuff ages, price drops come.
Yep.
And the prettiest, the nicest will sell, but most won't.
That's right. And you have the northern part of the US coming into play now where it's selling season. Because people are starting to look, kids are starting to get out of schools either end of May or early June, mid-June. That's when kids get out of school. Certainly kids that had their year affected from a college perspective, now they're starting to get out and come home. That's when mom and dad say, you know what, this is the summer that we're going to move, we're going to make the adjustment. The other thing too is the 1.1 number, to give you some perspective, guys, on how far that goes back. A healthy market is about 3 million homes for sale, not sold, because you're doing about 5 million in a year. So a healthy market's about 3 million for sale. We'll still a third of that. Even if we get to 2 million, it's still not healthy. So the fact that because Mike, I think beginning of last year, I want to say we still were in the 2 million number, 2.3, 2.4 million. Yep. As far as home numbers go. The amazing thing is we're down 4% off of that with half the inventory.
Exactly.
Half the inventory. And we're only down less than 5% in the number of deals getting done. That tells you exactly how tight this market is. So please, we implore you, do the work now, do the work now, do the work now. Certainly you can buy Mike's course, certainly buy his book. All those are good. We've done them all, but do your work now, do your homework now. That way, as inventory starts to increase, which it will in June, it will in July. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Mike's right. He's right pretty often, but it would not surprise me at all if we are at that 2 million number, 1,700,000, 2 million, which is still a 50 to 100% increase, if you look at depending where that range comes in.
Yeah. I mean, if we came out at 1.7 at the end of July, it's still 70%. And
yeah,
I have 2 million. It's a crazy number. I picked it. It's a round number. It's a number I can remember, because if I would have said 1.81, I'd be like, what did I say again?
Exactly.
2 million is just easier to remember.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, this is a hot topic. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, watch all the stuff that Mike and I are doing, not only for his course and what's going on with his course, but also what we're talking about with inventory numbers. That is critical. That will drive your area, and knowing your market, knowing your math is the only way that you're going to be successful at this. And that's a way, the path that you're given to understand that market is something that no one, once you understand it, no one can ever take it away from you. Now it's a matter of plugging in the different data inputs. And you have to believe, Mike and I weren't 10 years old and we innately knew how to become real estate investors. It is a
No.
skill. We had to learn it. It is muscle
Exactly.
memory. And you
It's a
have
skill.
to follow a path that has been successful in the past. And it's a matter of managing the data inputs to get you to where you want. So, Mike, where can everybody find you?
Do yourself a favor, just go to One Rental at a Time on your Google search bar and you should get all kinds of hits.
That's right. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. It's worth it. There's a ton of content that he puts out, really, really valuable. Even for me, an existing real estate investor, I still watch a lot of stuff he puts out there because I want differing opinions, not just my own. And so it's well worth the time. So make sure we put a ton of time and effort and energy into this content. Make sure you subscribe, and you can find me at YouTube Lumberjack Landlord or lumberjacklandlord.com. And more importantly is my content in Mike's amazing course. I mean, honestly, it's like getting invited to my first all-star team. With all these guys, and
you're the cleanup hitter, buddy. You are the cleanup hitter.
I'm just waiting to get out there, and I'm just thinking, don't top the ball, don't top
Don't
the ball,
top the ball, don't top the ball. Yeah. Don't hit it back to the pitcher. Don't hit it back to the pitcher.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will Sammy Sosa that bat and break it over my knee. That I can promise you. I'm a lumberjack, and it will probably yell out something too, because it's all good. So it's all good stuff. But guys, please make sure you tune into Mike on all the time with tons of great content, and lumberjacklandlord.com. Mike, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it. Have an awesome holiday weekend, and we'll pick things up next week.
You got it, brother. Bye.
Thanks, Mike.